Hello, everyone, and welcome to the third year of Destination Junior, and more specifically, Destination Nice, where we'll be jetting off to very shortly, a few of us. Now, today's episode, we're reviewing 4 countries that have never won the contest yet, but could one of them do that this year? So today, James will be reviewing the hero from North Macedonia. Bogdan will be reviewing the hero from Portugal. John will be reviewing the hero from Albania. And Sarah will be reviewing the hero from Germany. And once in a while, our friend Staggy might pop up. There we go. So, as I said, today's countries have never won the contest yet. So, James will be reviewing North Macedonia, who debuted in the first ever contest in 2003. Their best results so far is 5th place twice in 2007 and 2008. James, talk about North Macedonia, please.
Oh, with pleasure. I mean, North Macedonia are probably one of my favorite countries in these set of contests. They're consistently good and consistently underrated, I think is what I want to say there. Listening to this song, the first thing that struck me, I was like, she has a really strong voice. And it sort of sounds quite adult. I was like, this is the kind of song that could work well at the adult contest. What I also really love about this is it's quite modern, but there are those instrumental breaks where you sort of feel that very Balkan sound in there. And I think that's something I've often said to members of the North Macedonian delegation is bring in something that is modern, that is edgy, but that's something that's got a traditional sound in there somewhere. And listening to this song, I was like, they finally listened. This is really, really good. I love the fact it's in Macedonian and in English. It's always a good sort of bilingual link there. A few people out there online are touting this as a possible winner. I would love to see North Macedonia do well. As I said, I think they've been underrated at both contests for a long time. So yeah, I'm really enjoying this.
Brilliant. Thank you, James. Now we move on to Portugal, who debuted in the contest in 2006. Their best position came last year when we were actually in Yerevan, when they achieved an 8th place position. Bogdan, tell us about this year's Portuguese entry.
Well, I start off by saying that we have from Portugal Julia Machado and her song Where I Belong. I listened to the song and initially I was thinking, are those lyrics appropriate for a girl singing that I want to go somewhere I belong? And then afterwards, I found out the story, which is quite interesting. So Julia was born in New Jersey in the United States of America. But recently she came back to Portugal. So her dream was to come back to Portugal and become a singer. And she won the contest for obviously junior singers. And that's how she became the representative for Portugal this year. She has a really good voice. I love her tone. The song is quite easy to sing along, even though it's a ballad. At some point, you can't help but to know the chorus and to want to sing along. So am really enjoying this performance from Portugal, and I'm hoping that she's gonna do quite well on the main stage. Yeah, I think it's a thumbs up for me for Portugal.
Thank you, Bogdan. Next up, we've got Albania. They debuted quite later on in 2012, and their best position so far is 5th place in 2015 when we were in Sofia. John, talk about this year's Albanian entry, please.
Talk about the Albanian entry. Thanks, Richard. It's called Bota Ime. I've not been able to find out what that means, but I'm sure there'll be someone out there who could tell us. It's sung by Viola Gjezgjedi. Again, I apologise for any Albanian speakers out there. What do I think about it? Well, it's Balkan by numbers, clearly Balkan by numbers. I've got down here, it's got a real familiarity about it. And I'm not sure whether it's because it sounds like the Balkan sound in general, or it's something that could quite easily have come out one of the Festival i Këngësh editions, which is also quite possible. It's got two pretty decent writers that are probably quite established in this sort of field. There's a really powerful voice in there, which again, with Balkan singers, I tend to find they all really have really powerful voices, and they pretty much know how to use them to their advantage. So for someone who's so young, that's actually very noteworthy. And it's got a lot of potential. I wonder whether there could be other songs that are just too similar to it. I'm not going to say who they are, but I think there's possibly one or two that it could potentially cancel. They could potentially cancel each other out. But it's great to see Albania doing this sort of thing. Getting the names out there. They've not had much luck in either Big ESC or JESC so far, but the time's going to come. On the whole, I do feel for it. It could do well. I'd like to see the live performance though.
Thank you, John. And finally, we move on to Germany, who debuted in 2020. And their best position today is 12th place in 2020, which in fact was last place. But in 2021, they placed in 18th. So technically 2020 is their best placing. Sarah, talk to us about this year's German entry.
Right, well, Germany are back after a year out, and they've come back with quite a pleasant little number. The song is by a girl called Fia, and the title is Ohne Worte. I hope my German was okay there for you German viewers there. And this song is actually using sign language to express, you basically translate the words of the song. Now, sign language isn't something that we haven't seen in Eurovision before. In the adult contest, for those that cast their mind back to 2005, we had Latvia. Walters and Kaza sang "The War Is Not Over," and they used a little bit of sign language there. I think it's quite a novel idea actually, because obviously, more sort of, and I think it's going to appeal to the deaf community, because obviously, and I think in a way that, as we saw in Strictly, we saw sort of Rose Ayling-Ellis. She was a deaf contestant, won the contest, proved that that you can do anything. And I think sort of Eurovision should be inclusive as well. And I'm really pleased that sort of Germany are doing this in JESC. It's a pleasant little number, and I think it's going to appeal to a large range of voter, and sort of that's going by age groups. I think to quite a few adults as well, I think. We haven't seen a live performance of it yet, and I'm really fascinated to see how they're going to stage this. I think with the right staging, it's got that sort of appeal. I think it could be in with a good chance of doing quite well.
Thank you, Sarah. So one final question for this episode. Do you think we have a potential winner within these songs, James?
I think we might. I think if the wind's blowing in the right direction, we might.
Brilliant. Thank you, Bogdan.
I would say a top 3.
John?
Yeah, I'm not so sure we've got a winner in here, but we could have some pretty close.
And Sarah?
I think we've definitely got some top 10s.
And I think we might have a potential winner or even their best placing. But don't forget, you can comment about what you've just seen on Facebook, Twitter, or as it's known, X now. It's going to be along the bottom of the screen. Instagram, TikTok, and I've forgotten one other, but Instagram, there you go. Let us know what your opinions are of these 4 songs. And we'll see you soon. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.